My goal for this episode is that everyone holds space for it.
Hello? You're currently on the phone with Kacey K. Yep, that's me.
Hello, everyone. Did everyone have a wicked, awesome weekend? If you didn't get that pathetic joke, it was because Wicked is finally out. And I did a whole episode about it on my Patreon, so if you want to go support me and my endeavors on Patreon, I did some kind of deal. I don't know if it worked, but it's like half off or something for the next couple weeks. So it's $2.50. So if you can't spare that, then you and I are both in the same financial boat, and I am so sorry for you. But I think you get 1 week free too. So now I have two episodes. I have my Tim Burton episode and the Wicked/Wizard of Oz episode. And I did just like random facts and information about Wizard of Oz and like how it came to be and Wicked. So it's not like an in-depth analysis on it and like a comparison to the play. Like it's not anything like that because I've been watching on TikTok and it'll never make sense to me, you guys. My friend Mallory's like, I will sit you down and I will draw you a plan, like a diagram of how it all ties in. And I'm like, I promise you, I've watched dozens of them. It still does not make any sense to me. I did find out this morning though, because I am like sick in the head, and the second I wake up, I literally check TikTok. Like that's, I know it's so bad. I know you're not supposed to look at your phone like first thing in the morning, but I have an illness, and I'll slowly get over it. But that's just what I do. And for some reason, not all the time, but I wake up in the middle of the night, and I used to never do that, and I don't know why I do that. I think it's probably because I have tons of caffeine, even though caffeine doesn't really do much for me. Like I don't drink it and like get super hyper, and I never have. It's never been a thing for me. So I don't know why I drink so much Alani, honestly. Well, it's good. That's why I don't drink it for energy stuff, but I think it does have an effect on me as I'm sleeping in the night, because I literally just wake up like wide awake. Like, I'll wake up better in the middle of the night than I will when I need to get up in the morning. Like, getting up in the morning, for some reason, is so hard for me right now. I don't know why. I can't keep my eyes open. I don't understand what's wrong. So anyways, I just watch TikToks until I have the energy and the strength to get out of bed. Anyway, I saw today that the Oz Great and Powerful, that's the Disney edition, was their way of trying to get into the Wizard of Oz world, because they wanted it from the very beginning. After they did Snow White, they tried to get the rights to Wizard of Oz, and MGM had it, and so they just never been able to get the actual Wizard of Oz. They've gotten other things, and then this was their way of doing their own thing. And like, I just have a hard time wondering how 500 million sorry, getting choked up over this, how $500 million is not a lot of money, because that's how much the movie made, and the budget was like 100 million or something, so it did really well. And this is why I don't like critics, because they kind of ruined the appeal for people to go see this movie, even though a lot of people did. I don't understand it. And there was supposed to be a sequel to the Oz Great and Powerful, the Disney edition one, and it's kind of been scrapped, I think, because the Oz came out in 2013, and it has James Franco, which, I mean, that didn't really age well. Mila Kunis, which she's kind of making a comeback ever since the Danny Masterson scandal thing. Michelle Williams and Rachel Weisz. It was really good. And in the comments, everyone was like, I didn't see one negative comment, and I scrolled for quite a while. They're all saying, I love this movie. This movie won the Oscar in my house. I still watch this movie. This movie was so good. They're like, I had no idea that people didn't like it that much. And I'm like, I don't think people didn't like it. I don't think the critics liked it. And in turn, that ruins the experience for everybody. Oh, I'm so sick of critics. I just truly can't. And it's one thing to watch it as a fan or as a just general public and have your own critiques on it, but I just don't think critics have good intentions going into any movie, honestly. I really don't. I think their whole agenda is to find something wrong with even the tiniest thing and then just go with it and ruin a perfectly fine movie for no reason. So I just I implore you, implore you to not let critics sway your judgment on movies, on music, on books, on TV shows, because we all have our shows that we love. And they're like not very well received, like my Cinderella with Camila Cabello on Amazon Prime, and that should just be enough. If you like it, just like it. Like, don't let other people's opinions sway you. Anyway, I don't know how to go on this tangent. Yeah, so Disney's wanted Wizard of Oz for a long time. They've never been able to get it, which is kind of crazy that Disney hasn't been able to secure the rights to something. But if you have not seen Wicked yet, I highly recommend going to see it. There was someone on Twitter was like, wait, Wicked is a musical? And people were like, where have you been? Like, there are some people that did not know it was a musical. We're like, it's been a musical for 20 years. Over 20 years. And so yes, it is a musical, but it's not like one of those musicals, you know. It's not like too much. There's still quite a bit of talking and just regular dialogue, but the way they add the music in is really cool. And it's just kind of subtle and like random. And the songs are really good. It was just a very well done movie. Very well done press tour, very well done casting. Like, I don't know, someone said I didn't see Ariana when I went and saw the movie. I saw an actor or Glinda or whatever. I saw Ariana playing a part really well. Like, I'll never not see Ariana. I guess her hair kind of made it seem like she was a different person because that's not usually how she has her hair. But she did really well. Like the what am I trying to say? Like the over the top acting, kind of like you have to do on Broadway, you know, just kind of like it's not what is it called? When you just have to like over exaggerate. And she did that in the movie, the way she flips her hair, all that stuff. But yeah, it's good. I think it made, I just saw today, 112 million opening weekend. It made 47 million opening day, I want to say. So it was projected to make between 100 million and 130 million opening weekend. So it's kind of in the middle. But yeah, I would be surprised if this movie did not make $1 billion or close to it. And the next part, there's two parts to it. It comes out literally a year from when this one came out. So yeah, be ready. It'll honestly be here before we know it because time just seems to keep flying, and I'm just holding on for dear life. But everyone did great. I got my popcorn bucket. It lights up, and I got my cup. My niece just brought me a little pin, a Glinda pin. And then I went to the mall again. I went and got my hair cut, and on the way back I stopped and had lunch with my friends Catherine and Dalton, and we went and walked around City Creek again. And Catherine's like, oh, we have to stop at Lush to see if they have the Meredith Marks collection. And I didn't even know that was a thing. So the Lush in Salt Lake at City Creek, it's the only one you can get these at. It has the snowflakes, and it's a collaboration with Meredith Marks, she's from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake. And she's known for taking baths. Like, baths are her thing, apparently. And if you're an avid fan like me, you know that her and Whitney are fighting because Whitney's doing bath bombs on her site or something. And Meredith's all upset about that. And Whitney's like, I've been doing bath bombs for, like since I started my company. Anyway, Meredith still doesn't like it. But, like, maybe I should pull it up. The description of the bath bomb here. I'm gonna read it because it's petty and I love it. I was told once I was the most petty person in the entire world. All because I one-worded someone back after they left me on red for, I don't know, 3 days. And I just said, oh, okay. And they're like, wow, wow. I'm like, okay, you're crazy. You're crazy, Loca. Does that mean the same thing? Is that redundant? Let's see, Meredith. So, yeah, apparently they're only in certain locations. In Utah, it's only at City Creek, which is downtown Salt Lake. But they're kind of cool. They're like blue on the outside. Is that an octagon or a hexagon? It's something. And they're only $5.50. It's not like it's crazy. But except for we went in there, and that's the first table, and it's all set up with this thing and has a Meredith Marks sign or whatever. I posted on my story. And the lady, I don't know if she thought we were going to steal stuff or what, but she was like watching us like a hawk, and she was standing right behind the table, behind the sign. I'm like, can you please move? I want to take a picture of this, but I don't want you in the background. So I kind of just like lingered, and finally someone asked her for help, and I sprinted back to the table and took a picture. I'm like, can you get out of my way? Okay, so the description says, when you're overwhelmed and feel the need to disengage, retreat to the tub with this exclusive bathtub. If you disengage is like a word Meredith uses quite often, so that's why they put it in there. And be unbothered, moisturize in your lane. In a world full of imposters, referring to Whitney, this bath bomb was designed by real inventors of bath bomb. Fair trade organic cocoa butter churns around you as the calming aroma of, Lang Lang? Is that what he say it? Oil. It's YLANG. I'm just going to say Lang Lang. Oil and hits the mark. Feeling nice and rested. You can leave. That's a famous line she said last season. Let's see. It says, what's in it for you? Don't come out to my bathtub. This is the real bath bomb of Salt Lake. All fair trade organic cocoa butter made by pioneers at Lush, which is funny because she dressed up as a pioneer last season and churned butter. Let's see what else. Leaving the world lusher than we found it. This product needs no packaging and no introduction. It will arrive naked and proud in your parcel because we want to strip back on unnecessary packaging. There was one other one they said that was kind of a dig. How to use. Start with a nice clean tub. I wasn't Mary that was saying she doesn't take baths because they're dirty. And so then Meredith got mad saying that my bathtub is not dirty. Taking a bath with a partner is not creepy. There's a scene where her and Seth, her husband, are taking a bath together, and people thought that was kind of weird. So feel free to share this bath bomb in a warm bath with someone special, but it's your right to prefer to bathe alone. There was one more thing she put on here. I guess that's it. Anyway, there's lore of that. That's not what I was going to talk about, though. I was going to talk about it a little bit later. They had a Wicked collaboration at Lush, and they had Elphaba's hat. They had Glinda's wand. I should have got some more stuff. They had the Emerald City outline. I got that. It's in my case right now. I'm looking at it. What else did they have? They had the Oz, the big robot face or whatever. They had just a regular, like a round bath bomb with pink and green. I think they had Glinda's crown. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Anyway, if you want to support the Patreon, go. It's in my link in both of my Instagrams. If not, you can just go to Patreon and type in, I think, just Kacey K or On the Phone with Kacey K, and it'll pop up. And I'm going to start working on my next episode for it pretty soon. So it's going to be holiday themed. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. Like last night, my nieces came over and we watched Twisters, and I just sat and I took my little notes, and I'm like, I just love this. I feel like I finally have something to work on. Like I used to just I love buying office supplies. I love having smartphones. But I'm just what do I need it all for? And now I have a reason to need it, and I just love it. So, anyway, it just makes me happy that I finally, when I was younger, first of all I wanted so badly was a sidekick. I wish they would bring a sidekick back. If you're not sure what that is, it's the phone that T-Mobile, I think it was exclusive to T-Mobile, and the screen rotated up, and then it had the keyboard. She had it on Devil Wears Prada, and then if you ever saw Material Girls with Haley and Hilary Duff, they had that phone too. I wanted that, and then of course I wanted the Razor, and then I always wanted a BlackBerry so bad. I wish BlackBerry was still around, and I just like important people had those phones, like people with important jobs, and I always wanted that. And my job might not be important to anybody else, but it is to me. Anyway, it just felt good to have something that I love working on, that I know what to work on, how to do it, and yeah. Anyway, enough about me. Let's move on. What else do I have on my list? Um, this was just something I was thinking about the other day, because when artists release singles, they usually have a specific cover for the singles. Like for instance, Katy Perry's "Chained to the Rhythm." It started off as that pink background with the outline. I think it's of her, and she's like holding her fingers up to her eyes, basically signaling the witness era or whatever. She wants us to see her through her music. Anyway, I would get that tattoo. That's one that I have on my roster if I ever do. I don't think I will, but I like that outline. Anyway, so then they do that, but then when the album comes out, then they change the artwork. But it's weird because they still have the original single, but then they have the single again on the album. So like now Spotify, you can't add the same song multiple times to a playlist, which I freaking hate, but you can do it with the singles. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I hate when they change the cover of the singles and it's an ugly photo. I just hate it. It's kind of like she did it again with the Never Really Over cover, which I like that one better. And then she has the Smile one, which I don't mind the Smile album cover, but the Never Really Over one was better. What brought that up, though, was because I started listening to Popular again by Ariana and Mika. Do you remember that song? It just randomly popped into my head as I was going to the theater. It's like a play on Popular from Wicked, but it's like an actual song that they recorded together. But his cover, it was on both their albums. His cover is like kind of weird, and her cover is the Yours Truly. I think that's her first album, isn't it? Or My Everything. I don't know. Anyway, hers is better. So I don't know if it's just me. Probably it probably is, but that's that. I went to Denver on Wednesday. I had to fly there for business. One of our employees needed to get his passport renewed at the Peruvian consulate, and the one in Utah is useless. I don't know why it's still there. So we literally have to fly to Denver for a 15-minute job and fly home. And it's not hard, but it's just a lot. Just going through airports is a lot of work. It's just a lot. So I've done this probably 5 times now, 4 or 5 times, and I'm always worried I'm not going to make the flight back. And so I give myself a long time, and then every time we go there, we get done in like 15 minutes, and then we have to wait for like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours at the airport to come home. I'm like, this time I'm just gonna risk it. I'm gonna cut it close. So I literally booked a flight within a couple hours of us getting done. Well, no, getting to Denver. And I'm like, okay, everything's going smoothly. Well, first of all, they delayed our flight, and they couldn't tell us why. We were literally on the airplane. They're like, so we just got news from Denver, and they said we can't take off for like another hour. I'm like, what? For what? It's sunny. There's not a cloud in the sky. And then finally they let us go after like 30 minutes, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, okay, here we go. It's already happening. And they're like, sorry, they said there's too many planes trying to come into Denver at one time. I'm like, that's not our fault. Like, figure it out. Like, you can't just postpone somebody because you guys overbook. I think it's so ridiculous how airports work, and how every airline overbooks every flight. I just don't understand how that can be allowed. Anyway, we get there, we get out to the curb to get our Uber. It was like really quick. She pulls up, and we get in and we start driving, and she turns to us, and she doesn't speak English that well, but she's like, I could tell she needed to get gas. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Really? Why would you pick somebody up if you need gas? Like, don't... I just kept my calm because everyone knows I don't like confrontation, but I was seething inside. I was so mad. So I'm like, yeah, I guess. So she gets off and drives all the way back to the airport. I'm like, what are we doing? She tries to go through this like restricted zone, and this like security guard comes out, and they're both speaking Spanish to each other, and you can tell the security guard's like, what the hell are you doing here, lady? You can't just come in. And she's like, no, like, you have to go back. And like, we passed this gas station. I was like wondering why she didn't stop at this one. So we go all the way back to this gas station. She pulls up, then she pulls out cash from her purse. I'm like, oh my God. And she goes inside and has to pay, and I'm like, so I'm just mad. We're late. Like, as she's filling up the car, we're supposed to be at our appointment. And I don't know. She gave us Gatorades. It was nice. It was whatever. I just let it go because at that point there was nothing I could do. So we get there, we do our thing, and I had to rebook the flights. Luckily, they let us do it for free, so it wasn't that bad. So we got to come back and have lunch and then go home. But I'm just like, really? Really? By the time I had picked him up and then dropped him back off, I'd been gone for 14 hours. It was a 14-hour day to do a 15-minute job because this office in Salt Lake will not answer their phones. They will not help you. They will not, like, seriously, we've been there before. We've been in there in person, and we just sat there in the waiting room and watched the phone ring and ring and ring, and the lady was just sitting there on her cell phone. I'm like, how is this allowed? How are you getting paid? You're literally doing nothing. Anyway, it worked out. It was fine. Just very frustrating. Oh, okay. So Friday, I went to this thrift store in Ephraim, Utah. You guys, it was disgusting. It was so bad. Like, you walk in at first and it has that weird old clothes smell, you know? And I feel like DI actually tries to cover it up with their fragrances. So, I mean, like, that's nice, but this store did not. And like, you walk in and there's just like clothes and clothes and clothes, and then like a little small table full of just random crap. And then in the back there's a corner with a door cut out, and it said the stuff area. I'm like, oh God, this could be interesting. So we go back there and it says, please do not mess up our organization process. Like, if you pick up something, please put it back where you got it. You guys, it is like the garbage truck just backed up and dumped a whole bunch of garbage onto these tables. It was pure garbage. We found, it was like in this book area, someone gave their Valentine's Day card that they got away, and we thought it was just going to be like, it's just an empty card, you know. We opened it. It was signed. It was from somebody's visiting teachers. I'm like, why? Like, maybe it got stuck in a book or something, and they, you know, but why, if you were running that store, did you not throw it away? Then there's this, like, it looked like it was made out of cardboard. It was the bathroom entrance. I was never going to use that bathroom, by the way. I just saw this. And on the door, there's this huge poster board. It says, bathrooms are for employees only. Due to vandalism, theft, and customers purposely flooding the bathroom, it is closed to the customers. And then underneath that, it says, out of service, use the dollar store restroom next door. I'm like, oh my gosh, where am I? Like, you guys, it was just pure junk. The floor was sticky. They had couches there that were just caked with grease. Oh my gosh, it was awful. Do not go to, I don't know, something thrift, neighborhood thrift or something in Ephraim, unless you want to see like some just crazy run business, then go for it. But trust me, there's nothing in there worth getting. But we did go to Roy's Pizza after, and it was really good. I haven't been there forever. It used to be Fat Jack's when I was younger, and now it's Roy's. It's been like that forever, but for a while. It was good. It was good. What else? Oh, okay. So, you know my disgust for the Barnes & Noble in Farmington. I think I've talked about it several times because I hate it. It's the new design, and this one is just small, and the magazine section is like the size of this desk. Like, I was just shocked. So then there was one in Sandy, and they closed it down, and I was like, no. This is one of my favorite ones. And there was rumors that they were going to open another one. So I was up north a couple weeks ago, and I was looking for an Ulta, and there was one in Sandy, and right next door, a little Barnes & Noble thing popped up. I was like, is this real? Is this real life? And I clicked, it's real. They have the new design, but this store is huge. It's set up so well. The magazine section is massive. They have a huge music section. They have like wrapping paper section. Like, whoever designed this store and laid it out did such a good job. So Barnes & Noble Insanity is my new favorite one. Make sure to stop by. Like, literally, I was blown away. Like, I get what they were going for now with this new design element. The one in Farmington just seems like a airport convenience store. Like, it just was not done well at all. Sorry, not sorry. Let's see. Okay, one other thing. I forgot to mention Dua Lipa was not nominated for a Grammy. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed people aren't taking this album seriously because it's so good. And it just really bugs me. But they said she should have submitted more categories. She only submitted for like the top ones. Like if she would have done the more niche ones, she probably would have had a chance of winning, but she didn't. She just did the main ones. So sorry, Dua. I wish people would take you more seriously. This album is good. I don't understand why people don't like it. I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's get into the list of stuff. There's quite a bit, but I've condensed the notes. So, Warner Brothers is selling unusable Batmobiles. So you can drive them, but they're not street legal. So I don't know where you would even, unless you had like lots of property, but I don't know. Just wait till you hear the price tag. It says 10 official Bat tumblers, that's what they call them. The military-inspired Batmobile made famous by the first movie released in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight movie trilogy. I did not know that Christian Bale had 3 Batman movies. I thought it went Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. I had no idea. Like, I knew Batman Begins, but I thought that was some other person playing Batman, but it's him. I've never seen it. How have I missed this? I don't understand. Anyway, Batman Begins are going up for sale at a price of nearly $3 million a piece. The Batmobile tumbler was powered by a jet turbine in the movies. But when selling examples to the public, jet power would surely be a liability. Instead, the 10 remakes get their power the same way the real stunt vehicles did. From a 6.2-liter LS3 engine that offers 525 horsepower and 486 feet of torque. The tumblers are built with steel tube space frame, sheet metal fiberglass, carbon fiber, and Kevlar, all weighing in at 5,511 pounds, fully assembled. It is not street legal. Each vehicle retains an on-screen feel with the addition of a simulated jet turbine power plant, a smoke screen delivery system, and with imitation gun turrets, sorry. The interior is also said to be movie accurate, offering 2 seats, each with a 5-point racing harness. However, customers can choose how to customize the interior, including selecting either left-hand or right-hand steering. So there you go, $2.99 million if you want it. They said by the time this article's out that they're probably all sold to somebody, to collectors or whatever. I just can't imagine. Like, I know I talk about rich people and letting them do what they want, but did you guys see Sophia Richie on Jake Shane's podcast? And someone's like, she was wearing a $250,000 watch. I'm like, okay, I can see how that is ridiculous. A watch? Really? A watch? It's funny because there's a magazine of hers in my bookcase and she's staring at me right now. She knows. No, it's ridiculous. That's and the fact that won't even buy you a house anymore. I think that's a little out of hand. For a watch, really? I don't know. But for some reason I was thinking about it, but like I don't get mad at Birkin bags, you know? But I feel like Birkin bags are more what am I trying to say? More not user friendly. Why can I not think of it today? Useful, I guess would be the word, because you can at least put your money in there. Like, I don't know, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Same with these Batmobiles. Really, I just don't get it. I don't know, I guess when you have everything, you just start buying weird stuff. But for me, I have a whole different perspective because I can't afford anything. And so, like, my priorities are different. Like, if I had that money, it would be going towards a house. It'd be going towards a car that doesn't have 330,000 miles on it. Like, it would be a lot different. But I guess when I got up to a level of comfortability and I had everything multiple times over, then it wouldn't really matter what I bought, you know? And who knows, maybe it's investment purposes, but I don't know. I just can't imagine spending $250,000 on a watch. Crazy. Let's see. Alison Stoner, the famous child actor. She was in Cheaper by the Dozen, and of course she was in Camp Rock. She was the expert keyboard player, the one where Demi Lovato's like, wow, she's really good. But Allison was in an interview and she's like, yeah, there was nothing playing. They just had me pretend to type on this keyboard. This is that what it's called? Keyboard? Not like a computer one, but like a electronic piano. Is that what they call them? Anyway, and she's like, and then I watched the movie and that's the sound they put to it. It felt so weird. Anyway, she has a book coming out. It's called Semi Well Adjusted. They're already advertising for it, so I thought it was like close to being out. No, it comes out August 12th, 2025. So get ready for that. Does anybody remember Fazoli's, that fast food Italian restaurant? It's coming back to Utah. I remember there was one in Provo. I think Mattress Firm's there now. And I only ate there once, and I was super little, so I really don't remember it. It honestly can't be that good. So I don't get like high hopes, but if you want like quick service pasta, then here it is. It says the nation's largest Italian quick service restaurant chain is taking another crack at Utah. California-based Fat Brands announced last week it plans to open 5 new Fazoli's locations across the Wasatch Front over the next 5 years, beginning with a location in Saratoga Springs. It's kind of a weird place to open it, but whatever. We look forward to bringing back our beloved breadsticks to the state, said Taylor Wildhorn, Fat Brand's chief development officer, in a statement. Fazoli's was founded in Kentucky in 1988, slinging pizza, pasta, sub-sandwiches, breadsticks, salads, and desserts. It now has over 200 restaurants in 26 states, making it the largest quick-service restaurant chain of its kind in the U.S. It also had a presence in Utah for some time, beginning in the 90s, gaining a cult following that lasted into the early 2000s. For instance, a student at Dixie Sun News called it an inexpensive, tasty eatery. That was from St. George, 2003. Crazy. That's the year Wicked came out. However, Fazoli's run in Utah eventually fizzled out. Most of its locations today are within the Southeast and Midwest after it changed ownerships multiple times over its 36-year history. It is now making a Western comeback since Fat Brands acquired the brand 3 years ago. The 5 new locations, or Utah stores, will join 5 operating locations in Colorado, 3 in Arizona, and 1 in California. Really? Why? Oh, I guess they're slowly making their way west. Since acquiring Fazoli's in 2021, we have been committed to growing the brand strategically, in particular, fueling its return to areas with loyal followings such as Utah. 4 other locations will follow within the Salt Lake and Utah counties. The company's announcement comes as Italian restaurant chains have hit some snags in Utah this year alone. I've never been to these. I've always wanted to go, especially after Dorit designed the Buca di Beppo in somewhere in LA, I think. But I haven't been to either of these, and now they're gone. The full-service restaurant chain Buca di Beppo closed its only 2 locations in July amid reported company struggles. By the Bucket, a fast food casual chain also closed its lone location along 2100 South in Salt Lake over the summer. Fat Brands isn't a stranger to Utah market. It owns several. I actually was going to Google this, and it told me right here, so I didn't have to. It owns several other brands with a presence in the Beehive State, including Johnny Rockets, love Johnny Rockets, Pretzel Maker, and Hot Dog on a Stick. I love Hot Dog on a Stick. I love that episode of Kardashians when Kim's pregnant, I think, with Saint, and Jonathan and Chris are talking, and he's like, I've never been to Hot Dog on a Stick. They're like, what? So they drive their Rolls Royce to the mall, and Kim doesn't want to be photographed, so she just stays in the car, and Chris and Jonathan are inside riding the carousel, eating hot dog on a stick. I'm like, how fun is that life? It also owns Fat Burger and Round Table Pizza, which are both slated to expand into Utah beginning next year. The company announced in July. So there we go. Catch me in Saratoga Springs, because I will be there. Okay, so I had this written down, but it's not a rumor anymore. It says Lady Gaga rumored to be headlining Coachella. And it's, in fact, true. So Friday nights, April 11th and 18th, it's Lady Gaga, Missy Elliott, and Benson Boone. Trust, I will be. I like Missy Elliott too, so I'll be at all of them, but I will be up close and personal to Lady Gaga and Benson Boone. I wanted to go see Benson when I was in Oklahoma, but tickets were $400. I'm like, Benson, I'm so sorry, but you just don't have the catalog to be charging that much for a concert. I'm sorry, you just don't. No, Lady Gaga concert for $400, that's a steal. So, you know, I mean, maybe in a few years, but I'll be like what's his name, Bradley Cooper on on Star is Born. Be like, hey, just want to take another look at you. That's gonna be me with Benson Boone. All right, Saturday nights, the 12th and the 19th is Green Day, which I didn't even see their name until I was doing these notes, but it's clear off to the side. I thought Charlie XCX was the main headliner, but she's not, which is really weird. Green Day, which, do people still listen to them? I was listening to them the other day, and I'm like, I don't remember these songs, but they say the F slur, just like pretty casually and loosely. I'm like, you're not even gonna bleep that out nowadays? Like, I get the early 2000s were a different time, but, and now you're headlining Coachella? Anyway, so I will be there for Charlie XCX. I won't be there for Green Day, sorry. Sunday nights, the 13th and 20th, is Post Malone and Meg Thee Stallion. So, there we go. Post Malone just toured, and he's going on another tour, which is not even that long. I'll read you the description in a minute, but it's a stadium tour. So, I was going to buy tickets to it, but the friends I was going to go with aren't going to be here at that time, so I didn't. And honestly, I don't really love the new country album, so it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. And I'm like, I'll just sit this one out. Let's see. Okay, Julie Bowen and Sarah Hyland. Sarah Hyland was awarded an award at some convention or something. And Julie Bowen, who, if you're wondering who these people are, they're from Modern Family. Julie Bowen plays Sarah Hyland's mom in the show. It says Julie Bowen recalls supporting Modern Family daughter Sarah Hyland during previous allegedly abusive relationship. So basically, what happened is Sarah was in a very, very bad relationship, and Julie Bowen helped her get out of it. And I'll just read you some things. It says, Julie Bowen's relationship with the Modern Family children transcend off-screen. In fact, when Sarah Hyland found herself in an allegedly abusive relationship, Bowen was the first person she called. In an episode of the Skinny Confidential, him and her podcast, what do you guys think about them? I hear very mixed reviews about these two. I feel like they're a little out of touch now. I think they have a lot of money and they just don't really relate to, not that you have to relate, but like some of the stuff they're like, you should be doing like she wanted us to drive our cars with driving gloves on to not get sun exposure. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to be happening for a lot of people just because that's weird. Anyway, the actress 54 recalled how she was there for her TV daughter during a tough period in her life in 2014. At the time, Hyland was dating Matt Prokop and eventually secured a restraining order against him and over claims, I don't think that's right, he had verbally and physically abused her during their 5-year relationship. The month before the order was granted, Bowen had intervened and helped Hyland end the relationship, with an allegedly led to Prokop threatening to kill her dog and burn down her house. What is wrong with men? Like, I don't understand. What? Crazy. She said, I was a responsible adult that happened to be around at the right time. Bowen recalled of the ordeal. I mean, I'm sure another responsible adult would have done the same exact thing. I just love her. She said, I look at them all like my kids. I love them, she continued. She's talking about Ariel Winter, Nolan Gold, and Rico Rodriguez. They're all from Modern Family. And if you're sleeping on Modern Family, you need to wake up. Modern Family is truly one of the greatest pieces of entertainment that has ever been created. Okay, so then Julie Bowen gave Sarah Hyland the award for, let's see, at Variety's Power of Women Honors in Los Angeles on October 24th, the actress was given the first ever Courage Award for her work in animal welfare, domestic abuse awareness, As she accepted the award, Hyland, 33, gave an emotional and powerful speech. She was introduced by her Modern Family co-star Julie Bowen, who she later called her TV mom. I didn't think this would be as emotional. As emotional. I love you, she said to Julie. Then she said, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and while it is not the easiest topic to talk about, it is of the most importance that we do. Hyland said, I've been open about my experiences as a survivor, and I want to support others in a way that Julie and all my close ones have done for me. Accepting this award for courage has made me think about what the word means to me. It takes courage to wake up every morning and face the world knowing that people may have no idea what you're going through. It is all too easy to feel isolated and misunderstood no matter how strong you are. Hyland got emotional again as she teared up and shared, there was a time where the only being that I could trust with my true feelings and felt my safest with was my dog Barkley. He got me through the worst years of my life, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. Yeah. So anyways, I just love... I love that. I love that she was there because they probably saw each other more than they saw their families. I guess that's how most working relationships are, but yeah. Anyway, Sarah Hyland is married to Adam Wells. I think he was on The Bachelor. He's going to be on the new season of Traitors, which I need to catch up on that. So is Chriselle Strauss from Selling Sunset. So there you go. There's rumors, I couldn't find anything else about this, but Lady Gaga is going to make an appearance in some Star Wars movie. I don't know anything more on that. Betty White, the beloved grandmother to us all, who passed away in 2021, just like 2 weeks, I think, or a week before her 100th birthday. I'm like, oh, that's sad. Anyway, she's getting a Forever stamp. It says the U.S. Postal Service announced Friday that one of its 2025 Forever stamp offerings will include an illustration of White. White died in 2021, weeks shy of her 100th birthday. Besides Golden Girls, she was known for her roles in The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Boston Legal. In a release featuring a sneak peek of the stamp, the Postal Service called White an icon of American television, who shared her wit and warmth with the viewers for 7 decades. The comedic actor who gained younger generations of fans as she entered the 90s was also revered as a compassionate advocate for animals. She loved animals. Loved animals. The stamp features a 2010 photo taken by Kwaku Alston. I think that's how you say it. That shows White smiling in front of a purple background. So get your Forever stamps. And I don't know. Do people buy stamps anymore? I know my parents do, but it's because they have a business to run, so they have to send out lots of mail. But I don't know. I don't think I've ever personally bought a stamp, ever. I just use whatever one I can find around the house. And it's I don't know how many to use. How do you know how many you need to use? That's my question. It's so confusing. Let's see, Beyonce is performing at a football game on Christmas Day. And someone asked her mom, Tina Knowles, they're like, are you worried that the screen is going to lag on Netflix like it did with the Mike Tyson fight? And she responded back, she's like, no, I'm not worried at all because God will be there. And they're like, okay, period. It says Beyonce will perform at a halftime show during one of the NFL's Christmas Day matchups on Netflix. My question is, how did Netflix is just getting their claws in everything. How did that come about? I'm just this whole world of media is so fascinating to me. And all the rules and all the loopholes and all the, it's just, I want to know it all. Let's see. She will take the stage during a game between her hometown team, the Houston Texans, and the Baltimore Ravens to perform songs from her latest album, Cowboy Carter. The game will stream on Netflix at 4:30 p.m. Eastern and be shown on a participating team's local broadcasting channels. Earlier in the day, Netflix is also streaming a game between Kansas City Chiefs and Pittsburgh Steelers. The company says it has also secured holiday games for 2025 and 2026. Why are we playing games on Christmas? I don't understand that. Really? I guess people are home. Maybe that's why, and it's going to draw more viewers. I'm telling you, there's a reason why everything happens in media and entertainment. There's a reason. It's not just random. So my guess is it's because everybody's going to be home and then they get more views on it. I will not be watching. I'll be watching halftime and it'll be turned off immediately. But that's that. Let's see. Did you guys see Charlie XCX did a pop-up surprise in Times Square? Oh, I would love to have seen him. I have a friend that lives in New York and he's like obsessed with pop culture like I am. He actually got me the Beyonce magazine that's behind me. It was only released in 2 stores in New York. And I jokingly said, you should get these for me. And he did. He brought it all the way from New York. And I don't know how he got it here in such mint condition, but there was like not a scratch or a dent or anything on this. So thanks, Noah. Anyway, Charlie performed 360, 365, and Apple, a fitting track to play in the middle of the Big Apple among other songs. One video of Charlie singing 365 saw the star dressed in all black dancing to the song surrounded by her flashing party girl visual during 360. The Times Square screen surrounded the stage, transformed into a now iconic Chartreuse Brat album cover. Is that what Chartreuse is? I had no idea that was green. Is that real? For some reason, Chartreuse sounds purple to me. Doesn't it? Am I the only one that thinks that? Hang on. What color is Chartreuse? Oh my gosh. Wow. The more you know. I had no idea. Interesting. Okay, Charlie XCX also played Von Dutch, my personal favorite on the whole album. I just love that song. It's so good. It's so good. I don't know why that one wasn't as massive as Apple. Truly. As clips from her airplane destroying music video played on massive screens. I thought it was kind of weird to play airplane destroying music video in Times Square. I think that's a little on the nose. Apparently this whole thing was for H&M. It was for a collaboration for their holiday collection, which is interesting because she wears all black. So is that their holiday collection? It says H&M announced the performance a mere 30 minutes before Charlie hit the stage, with the clothing company playing a red-colored advertising on the giant screens and sharing the news on the brand's social media. And performing live today in Times Square. Is it Time Square or Times Square? Time. I think it's just Time, but here's written Times. Anyway, at 6:30 p.m., so don't miss out if you're in New York, the singer said on Instagram video. They said she played 5 songs, but I can only count 4. So, I guess Party Girl. Is that a song of hers? That doesn't sound familiar. Anyway, Nicki Minaj has another song that has gone diamond. And what does diamond mean to everybody? It means the song has sold 10 million units. So she has 3 of them now. Starships, Bang Bang, and Super Bass. Starships is the newest one to enter the thing. And now she's selling 10-year anniversary vinyl of Pink Print, which the fact that that didn't win a Grammy, I love that album, honestly. She released it, deluxe version on Spotify. I'm sure it's on all streaming services, but it has 4 new songs. They're okay. I can understand why they didn't make the original album, but yeah, I'm actually gonna go back and listen to that album because it was really good. And the fact that it's 10 years old, it makes me sick. That's the album that has Anaconda on it, by the way. Anaconda and Feeling Myself with Beyonce and Get on Your Knees with Ariana Grande. It's a good album. It really is. Okay, Post Malone Stadium Tour. General sale begins Tuesday, tomorrow, on November 26th at 12 p.m. local time. This is the description that was on it. 9-time Diamond certified Grammy award-nominated global superstar Post Malone is set to embark on his biggest headlining tour to date, with Post Malone Presents the Big Ass Stadium Tour kicking off in April 2025, known for redefining the modern concert experience with his genre-bending sound and electrifying stage presence. I will say he is, for a male singer, he is probably one of the best. I'm sorry, male singers are just boring. They just kind of stand there and jump around, while female ones have entire stage presences and choreographed sequences and cut scenes, and it's a whole different experience going to a woman's concert versus men's. Sorry, not sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. Post will bring a massive production to 25 stadiums across the United States and Canada. 25. Look, it's not even that long of a show. Listen to how quickly it goes. Beginning April 29th at Salt Lake City's Rice-Eccles Stadium, Post Malone presents the Big Ass Stadium Tour, produced by Live Nation and sponsored by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of the Big Ass Stadium Tour. Promises fans a concert experience filled with a mix of his biggest hits, fan favorites, and brand new songs from his sixth studio album, F1 Trillion, released August 2024. With venues that include Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, AT&T Stadium in Dallas, and the iconic Citi Field in New York City, Post Malone is set to deliver unforgettable performances across North America before wrapping up July 1st in San Francisco's Oracle Park. He's going to do all those shows from April to basically June. That's a lot. It's the end of April too. So what is that? May, June, 2? Sorry, I thought there was going to be more than that. 2 months, he's doing 25 shows at stadiums. I wonder if it's going to be like Beyonce's where he has multiple stages. But like I said, the men just don't do it like the women, so maybe his stage is going to be quite boring. It says, adding to the excitement, Post Malone will be joined by the breakout sensation Jelly Roll, whose recent crossover hits and authentic storytelling have made him a powerful voice in the modern country music. Fans will also enjoy the eclectic sounds of Sierra Farrell on select dates, whose genre-defying style and soul-stirring vocals make her an exceptional addition to the star-studded lineup. So there you go. Chad Michael Murray, I think he's best known for his role on One Tree Hill. I want to read that book that his co-star, she was on One Tree Hill, I can't remember the name of her, I'm so sorry, but she was in a cult. She has a book out right now, and I want to read it, but I'm like, I don't really know anything about you. But I'm just fascinated. She says she's missing $2 million, you guys. That would make me so sick. That would make me so sick if someone conned me out of $2 million. Anyway, Chad Michael Murray, he's also in Cinderella Story. He's what's his name in Cinderella Story? Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite movies. How did I forget his name? Anyway, he has a calendar you can buy. 12 months of CMM, Chad Michael Murray 25 calendar autographed. It is $60. And I just have one thing to say. For however old he is, how old is he? How old is Chad Michael Murray? 43. So he's not that old, but I've never looked like this. Not even close. So the fact that he looks like this still is insane. Crazy. Did you see his holiday movie? I think it was on Hallmark, and they're supposed to be ice skating, but they're clearly not ice skating. They're just moving their feet back and forth to make it look like they are. And he's like not even trying to make it look realistic. Anyway, he has every single photo is him shirtless, so there you go. And I think it says 13 month. Features 13 exclusive photos of Chad. So maybe they're counting the cover as it. Each calendar is individually hand-signed by Chad Michael Murray. Proceeds from every calendar sold go to support St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So there you go. You can support a children's hospital by buying his calendar. $60, that's quite a lot of money though for a calendar. Is that just me? I wonder how much of the proceeds are going to. He's like, I still gotta make money from this, so it's gonna be $60. This was interesting. They're not famous or anything, but I mean, I guess technically these siblings in California both passed the bar exam. Do you have to call it the law bar exam, or is it just the bar exam at 17 years old? Sophia Park is the youngest person to pass the California bar exam, according to the Tulare County DA's office. At 17 years and 8 months, she took the title away from her brother. He was 17 years and 11 months when he passed the exam. The Park siblings both work in the Tulare County District Attorney's Office. Sorry, that confused me. Sophia Park was 13 when she enrolled in law school while simultaneously attending junior high school at Oxford Academy in Cypress and Orange County. That is crazy. If you would have told me when I was in middle school that someone in my class was in law school at the time, I would have been concerned, first of all, and Second of all, I would have just laughed because that seems impossible. Anyway, Sophie is on track to be sworn in as a licensed attorney in March of 2025 upon turning 18, when she plans to join the Tulare County District Attorney's Office as a prosecutor like her brother. The minimum age to practice law in California is 18. Wow. I'd want her as my lawyer. She seems like she gets shit done. Let's see. GQ Men of the Year covers have been unveiled. Pharrell Williams is Designer of the Year. John Mulaney is Comedian of the Year. And Dwayne Johnson is Entertainer of the Year. Did you hear he got paid $15 million for that Christmas movie? And apparently people didn't like it that much. So that's interesting. And Ariana got paid $15 million for Wicked. And it's doing quite well. So I think the outrageous pays of sports and celebrities for not doing that well of a job. Like, if Ariana got paid $50 million for doing Wicked, I wouldn't bat an eye. Like, she deserves $50 million. But Dwayne Johnson, like, I like him. Don't get me wrong, I really, really like him. But I don't know. That's just, I think his ego is a little too high lately. I swear I saw that Nicole Kidman was going to be on a cover, but she's not. She was just at the GQ party, the Men of the Year party. Sorry, I was laughing because she did an interview with them, and it's really funny, but I just realized I don't remember anything that they said, so all I know is that it was funny. So Dua Lipa did a live album concert with an orchestra. Oh, what I would have gave to be there. But it's going to be on TV soon. So this is her Instagram caption. It says, "That's official, live from Royal Albert Hall, the album, December 6th. Hearing my songs and performing them in this form for the first time was the most special experience, and now they're yours. Pre-order now. ITV will broadcast it live December 8th and CBS TV on December 15th for the full experience." So there you go. Okay, we have a lot of songs that are in the Billions Club right now. So, Wrecking Ball, this is Miley Cyrus's sixth song in the Billions Club. That's 6 billion streams on just 6 songs. Over that probably now. I think sorry, what is Flowers at? It's at a lot, I think. Oops, no, I just want Miley. She's been teasing stuff too. She's announced her new album. She's on the cover of, I think it's Harper's Bazaar. Flowers is at 2.3 billion. Party in the USA is at 1.7. Angels Like You. Oh my gosh, I love that song. 1 billion. Nothing Breaks Like a Heart, 1 billion. Wrecking Ball, 1 billion. What was the other one that would be 1 billion? Oh, it's Wrecking. No. It's probably We Can't Stop. Okay, anyway, Hot and Cold by Katy Perry at a 1 billion. We Can't Be Friends by Ariana. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot that because I love that song. Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter. You Need to Calm Down by Taylor Swift. And The Way I Are by Timbaland have all reached 1 billion. I love that song. I still listen to it. I remember when I heard it for the first time in middle school, I'm like, what is this masterpiece? Okay, sorry. There's a lot to cover, and I felt very chatty at the beginning, so we need to step on it. Okay, Shake Shack. If you weren't aware, Shake Shack opened in Salt Lake, I guess Sandy technically. Gosh, I don't even know when, 2017 or 18, and I was the 15th person in line. Don't ask me why. I only had been there once, and it was when I went to Washington, D.C., but I saw somewhere, it must have been on the news or something, that if you were the first 15 people or 30 people in line, you got like swag or something. And I'm like, I'm going to do that. And so I did. I waited in line, and I had some friends meet up with me. They're like, "Are you really doing that?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Okay, I guess we'll come." So we just sat there. I remember what magazine I was reading too. I was reading the one with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio and Quentin Tarantino. It was the cover for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So whenever that movie came out, that's the year that it was. Anyway, they gave me a hat and like a little sign. I threw them both away later, but it was kind of fun just to do that for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so Shake Shack on Delta flights. This is only for first class passengers, so congratulations, Lisa Barlow. Delta's first of its kind partnership with Shake Shack will begin on flights out of Boston December 1st, with plans to expansion to other U.S. markets throughout 2025. I wonder if it'll be Utah, because Utah is a hub for Delta. But I don't fly first class, so I don't think I'll be able to get that option. Customers sitting in first class on routes over 900 miles will be able to pre-select Shake Shack cheeseburger as their meal option. A delicious cheeseburger is an iconic comfort food. Our customers know that, which is why burgers are one of the top ordered menu items we offer. And we're thrilled to elevate the offering with Shake Shack, said Stephanie Laster, Managing Director of Onboard Service. What a wild title. What does that even mean? However, our partnership with Shake Shack goes beyond the burger. Shake Shack's people first culture and commitment to enriching their neighborhoods are spot on with our own brand values of service excellence and helping the communities we serve. Whether it's your first time having one of their iconic burgers or you're a long-time fan, you'll enjoy premium ingredients in every bite. The Shake Shack cheeseburger features 100% Angus beef patty topped with cheese and served on a toasted potato bun. I don't know the potato bun. You can customize your burger to create the signature Shack burger with toppings like tomato, lettuce, and Shake Shack's famous shake sauce, all served on the side. The meal also features chips, a Caesar salad, and a dark chocolate brownie reminiscent of Shake Shack or Shack Attack flavors from some of the brand's dessert offerings. Let's see. The Shake Shack cheeseburger will be available via pre-select. Customers can make and edit their entree selection up to 24 hours in advance using the Fly Delta app or a link in the email starting 7 days prior to departure. Just in time for the this is a different one. Just in time for the holidays, Delta is refreshing its one-of-a-kind seasonal wine program and adding a new and delicious snacks and meals designed in partnership with award-winning chefs. My question is, who is drinking on airplanes? Everyone that's drinking on airplanes, please raise your hand. Like, really? Is that actually a thing? I don't know. My views on drinking are different than other people's. I don't like to casually drink. If I'm going to drink, I'm going to drink. So, probably shouldn't be drinking on an airplane. But, I don't know. What a weird time to drink. A very, what's the word? Dang it. Just not a safe place to drink. Like, what if something happens? You can't leave. I don't know. Just wild. Okay, Paris Hilton is launching a beauty brand. So it's going to be called 1111 Beauty. She has 1111 Media, which 1111 is like her favorite number. And she's always posting about it. She's like, 1111 make a wish. She's done that for years. So it's very fitting that she did this. It says 1111 Media, the global powerhouse co-founded by Paris Hilton and media executive Bruce Gersh, is officially making its mark on the beauty industry with plans to unveil its first products as soon as 2025, starting with skincare. Another skincare company. Just what we need. I'm just kidding. But that's a lot of skincare. It says the new division, aptly named 1111 Beauty, is led by Guthrie Renker, marketing executive Alexandra Marsh. Sorry, I had to kill a fly. When it gets warm, the flies start to emerge. Anyway, where was I at? Alexandra Marsh, who has been named co-founder and chief executive officer according to WWD. The outlet reports that the line has been in development for 2 years and is a joint venture between the two companies. 1111 Beauty will join a roster of notable brands under the Guthrie Renker umbrella, including JLo Beauty, is that doing well? Westmore Beauty, and Cindy Crawford's Meaningful Beauty. The brand is optimistic about the future success, largely due to Hilton's influence and expertise in the skincare space. I believe she's an expert in it, Marsh told WWD. I don't know what magazine that is. She's been taking care of her skin the right way since a very young age, and I would say she has a badge of honor in that she's also 100% natural. She hasn't had anything done, no Botox, no injectables, and that is something important to her that I really wanted to lean into. 1111 Media announced the exciting news on Instagram, sharing a few hints about what fans can expect. This new beauty wellness company will bring Paris's iconic vision to life with a high-tech, high-performance products designed to help people live their most confident, iconic lives. The post read, 1111 Beauty is set to redefine beauty standards with innovation, passion, and creativity at its core. Get ready for the first collection dropping spring 2025. Paris is obsessed, and so are we. So there you go. Another thing I have to try. Maybe I should get influencer famous, so they'll send me stuff. That's what I need to do. I just need to get stuff sent to me for free. Could you imagine? The life, the dream. There's an Elvis documentary on Netflix, and listen to this title: The Return of the King, The Fall and Rise of Elvis Presley. Now, we know how I feel about the rise and fall videos, but this is opposite, the fall and rise. So, it says he had, this is the thing that was on IMDb, he had one chance to show the world he was still the king of rock and roll. Discover the story behind Elvis Presley's triumphant 68 comeback special. I'm getting the hint that it's the Christmas special. If you watch the movie, I think that's what this is. I think it was before he went to Vegas, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah. So it's on Netflix now if you want to watch it. Elvis has been pretty popular. The whole Elvis family has kind of been in the news for the last 4 or 5 years. So, let's see. Khloe Kardashian, she has a new perfume. This is from her Instagram. What a dream. I can't believe my signature fragrance is launching in 2 days. I've been screaming with happiness these last few days watching everyone's reviews and reading all of your comments. You have no idea how much it means to me, and I can't wait to celebrate our UK launch in London very soon. XO Chloe is launching exclusively at Harrods and Harrods Beauty on 11/25. Harrods is in London. It's exclusively to London. And Ulta Beauty on 12/1 online and 12/8 in stores nationwide. So I bought Kylie Cosmic for Christmas for myself. I only got 2 things for myself, you guys. I bought a Skims pajama set and underwear and Kylie Cosmic, and that's it. I know I spent a lot of money, but that's it this year. JoJo, not JoJo Siwa, the original JoJo, is going on tour. And guess where she's not coming? That's correct, Utah. JoJo is going on tour. The Too Much to Say tour starts February 22nd in Nashville. There's not a ton of dates, but I wouldn't be surprised if she added more. So one of my and Catherine's first times hanging out was we went to the JoJo concert together back in 2017 it was 17. And I was literally going to go to this concert by myself because my cousin was going to go with me, but I think she had chicken pox because she had just got the shot because she was going to India, I think. Anyway, so she couldn't go. And it was back when I didn't really have very many friends. And so I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go by myself. And I just last minute decided to call Catherine because I think at that point we'd hung out maybe 1 or 2 times, but not alone. And she said yes, which I'm like, oh, okay. So we went to the JoJo concert, and it actually was a lot of fun. Let's see, Anne Hathaway is going to be in a Colleen Hoover movie called Verity. This book sounds pretty good. I actually want to read it. The Oscar winner will star in the film adaptation of Hoover's 2018 best-selling novel, Verity. The Amazon MGM Studios movie will tell the story of a struggling writer, Lowen, on the verge of financial ruin, who lands a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to finish a successful series by best-selling thriller author Verity Crawford, played by Hathaway. However, when Lowen discovers an unfinished manuscript, she begins unraveling chilling secrets that could change everything. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling thriller author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete the remaining books in his wife's successful series after a mysterious accident has left her unable to finish. Oh, I thought she died. I guess maybe she still could have died, but maybe it sounds like she's still alive. However, upon arriving at Crawford home, Lowen uncovers a secret manuscript that reveals unsettling details about the family's past, leading her to question whether Verity's writings are fiction or a chilling confession of the deranged mind. As she grows closer to Lowen's husband and son, Crew, Lowen attempts to determine the truth and grapples with the how much of it she should share. So this is very new. It wouldn't even pop up on IMDb. So it's probably going to be a minute before it comes out. Maybe end of next year. Maybe. Because they kind of can wrap movies pretty quickly. And I think Amazon's pretty good at efficiency and getting stuff put out. Speaking of Amazon, there's a Pop Culture Jeopardy, you guys. Wouldn't that be so fun to be on? It says Pop Culture Jeopardy. It's hosted by Colin Jost, who is from SNL. He's also married to Scarlett Johansson. It was her 40th birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Scarlett Johansson. Also, her skincare line, I will say, it's very very nice. I've used it for a couple months now, and I actually really like it. So, big thumbs up from me. Let's see. Pop Culture Jeopardy is a brand new twist on the classic quiz show Answer and Question format that combines academic rigor of Jeopardy with the excitement. Sorry, it has has the exclamation point at the end of Jeopardy because that's how it's spelled, so it throws me off. Jeopardy, with the excitement and unpredictability of pop culture, contestants playing in teams of 3 will need to be experts in categories from alternative rock to the Avengers, Broadway to MMA, Gen Z to Zendaya, as they compete in tournament-style events for the grand prize and ultimate bragging rights. Oh, that'd be so fun to be on. It's too late to sign up now, but um, I don't know. Knowing my luck, I'd get there and they'd only ask me questions about MMA, and rock. Like, I don't know that, but I do know quite a bit. So, I must say, Pop Culture Jeopardy will not air on network television like its parent series. Instead, the series will air on Amazon Prime's video streaming service. The first episode, I think, comes. Oh, I just said it. December 4th, 2024. Maybe I didn't say it. Comes out December 4th. So Amazon must be trying to get in the game show business because they did Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader or a Celebrity with Travis Kelce? I still want to watch that. I haven't done it yet. Some sad news. Liam Payne's funeral was last Wednesday, and it was a very sad time. It says family and friends of former bandmates have remembered Liam Payne at the One Direction star's funeral just over a month after he died at the age of 31. The private service took place on Wednesday in Amersham in Buckinghamshire, northwest of London. Payne's former bandmates Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, Niall Horan, and Zayn Malik were among the mourners alongside Payne's girlfriend Kate Cassidy and his former partner Cheryl, with whom he shares a son. Did you see Zayn started his concert, and he did a tribute to Liam Payne? I think it's so sweet. Payne's coffin arrived at the church on a white horse-drawn hearse carrying floral tributes spelling the words son and daddy. One Direction's former label boss Simon Cowell was seen comforting the family. Other floral tributes at the funeral included one of the shape of a 10-pin bowling pins and ball, a reference to one of Payne's favorite pastimes. I also heard that was his first date he went on with his girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, so that's sad. A small crowd of locals and onlookers gathered outside the church, but fans largely stayed away, with members of One Direction group on Reddit reminding others that memorials are for fans and funerals are for family. Payne lived in a nearby village of Chalfont, St. Giles. I'm telling you, if you guys want to get something done in this country, have the fandoms run it, have the Little Monsters run it, have the Kitty Cats run it, like the Directioners, like they will get stuff done. I'm not kidding. The fact that they had a mutual agreement to not bother the funeral is a testament to how much the power they have. Keke Palmer's new book is out, and it looks pretty good. She says she became a millionaire at age 12. That's crazy. I've always liked Keke Palmer, always, since the days of True Jackson VP. I loved her music. Are you kidding? Keep It Movin' and Bottoms Up. I just added those songs to my workout playlist because those songs are so good. And she was in Scream Queens. I mean, she's been in tons, and I love her. Anyway, she has her book. It's called Master of Me. It's also on Audible and narrated by her. So, Die With a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars is the fastest song to reach 1 billion streams. I'm very happy for them, but I really wanted Flowers to hold that record for the end of time. It reached it in 96 days, and Flowers reached it in 112 days. So, I don't know. The song is, I love the song. But, I don't know. I feel like Flowers is a little bit better. The CMA Awards was recently. I don't know exactly when. Morgan Wallen took home the evening's big honor-winning Entertainer of the Year, with Megan Moroney taking home New Artist of the Year. Cody Johnson's Leather won Album of the Year, and Chris Stapleton's White Horse won both Single of the Year and Song of the Year. So there you go. Chelsea Handler has a new book. Chelsea Handler's books are hilarious, you guys. They're so funny. I've read You Got to Be Kidding Me. It's when she goes on the safari in Africa. Then she has one called Lies Chelsea Handler Told Me, and it's just all the stuff she's told her friends and family and employees that are just lies, and they just tell what it's like working with her, being around her. That one was so funny. And now she has a new one. It's called I'll Have What She's Having. It's her 7th book. The book comes out February 25th, 2025, which is her 50th birthday. So trust, I will be reading. Trisha Paytas has a What Do You Meme expansion pack. You can buy it on Amazon now. Mark Consuelos, he is... Wait, let me go back to Trisha Paytas. I feel like she has some of the most iconic memes, so this is very fitting. If you have the game, you should get the expansion pack because she's just so funny. I love that she's having this like major comeback now. After the whole, I just felt so bad for her after the whole H3, the Frenemies podcast meltdown, because I loved that podcast, but I get why she didn't want to stay, and the fact that hers is doing really well. I don't know if this is a new podcast, but Tana Mojo posted a picture of her and Trisha's holding like a phone, like an old telephone, and it says we'll be answering all your questions and giving you advice on something. I don't know what. So I don't know if they're going to do it on one of their podcasts or if this is a whole new podcast they're starting. Let's see. Mark Consuelo, sorry. He is best known for being married to Kelly Ripa. He's also Veronica. What is their name in Riverdale? My gosh. Hang on. Why can't I remember their last name? It's Camila Mendez that plays the part, but I can't remember her last name. Come on. Lodge. What's his name though? Sorry. Just give me a second. It's not on here. Anyway, he plays the dad. He plays Veronica's dad, and I think he was in soap operas, I want to say. Anyway, he hosts Live with Kelly now after Ryan Seacrest decided to leave to do something else. What is he doing? He's doing something different. Anyway, I can't remember. He is one of the new faces, Mark is, of Stuart Weitzman. And if you don't know him, he's very in shape. He's very healthy, super in shape. He looks very good for his age. And he looks very good in these photos. So there you go. Let's see. Adele has finished her residency after 2 years, 50 weekends. So I think she does 2, maybe 3 shows a weekend. So what is that? It's either 100 shows or 150 shows, which that's a lot. That's a lot of shows. Anyway, she told the crowd, she's like, this is my last time performing for a very, very long time. I don't know when I will be back. I don't know when I'll perform again. She says, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, I think you'll be just fine. You have a hefty paycheck that you can sit on for quite some time and you'll be fine. She did say a while ago she wants to have a daughter. I don't know if she's dating anybody or married to anybody, but I don't know. I hope she gets the rest that she wants. We don't have time to talk about Real Housewives, but this episode was so good, you guys, and of Salt Lake. I just want to say, Brittany, I know Brittany is just bugging everybody, but honestly, so is Heather. Heather's not having the best time right now. Speaking of that, I'm going to, I guess I can tell you next week, but I'm going to her book signing next Monday. When Brittany, after Bronwyn and Heather make up, and Brittany stands up and throws her napkin on the chair, and she's like, guys, what about me? I'm sorry, but that is kind of iconic, and I gotta stand her for that. Plus, her house is the best one, so I gotta stand her for that too. I just give it up on Jared. No one gives a shit about Jared Osmond. I'm so sorry, we just don't. No one really in Utah really cares that much about the Osmond name anymore. It doesn't do what it used to. I'm not trying to bash them, but he's just trying to hold on to that name, and he's like a second cousin or nephew of them. So he's really not even, does he even have any talent in that regard, to be part of the Osmond name, or is he just riding on their coattails? Brittany, just give it up. Just do something different. and we will follow you. I promise. I promise. Just, we're done with Jared. We're done. We don't care. But the standing up and throwing your napkin on the chair saying, "What about me?" I'm sorry, I gotta stand. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me today, you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm gonna make my Martha Stewart potatoes, and we're having it at my house, so the house is fairly clean. Just need a quick dust and vacuum. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great week. I'm going to be standing in line at Target for my Taylor Swift book and my vinyl set. So there's that. And other than that, I'm going to be taking it easy. It's going to be an easy holiday weekend. And this is the first year I haven't had to work Black Friday in a long time. So that'll be nice. Even though I still have to get up just as early to go shopping. But anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Go see Wicked. Watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake. Stream Miley Cyrus. And subscribe to my Patreon. I'd really appreciate it. And what else? Like and review this podcast. Tell people about it. We've been sitting at 23 5-star reviews on Spotify for about 6 months. Please, I'm begging you, please go review it and leave a 5-star review and tell your friends about it. And it's time to start. It's time to start promoting myself, you guys. I'm 65. This is episode 65. 65 episodes deep. So I need to start making some moves. I need to start making some money moves. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.